forgot this door is not opening, so I have to go to the other side. This can't be too brutal of an install. Okay, getting back here is gonna be a bit of a challenge. There's some art to it. I have yet to discover that. I don't want to do any damage to the trim or the clips. So where the fun actually starts is removing this bolt down here. I'm gonna guess it's either a 17 or a 19. I'm going straight for the 19. Okay, it's a 17. There we go. Came right out. For now, I'll just leave it back there. Alright, I do think I have down the way it's gonna go in my car. Look on the outside. Yep. Right there. And then tighten the lug on the inside. Okay, this probably would have been much simpler if I realized that this is how you disassemble it earlier. Alright, I was able to do this side way faster than that side because I disassembled too much, took too much apart. I may disassemble this a little bit to tuck the seat belt like I did for the other one. Okay, now it's tucked. All that's really left is to install the harness, both of them, one for each seat. But it's gonna have to wait till tomorrow because I'm a little winded. It's past dinner time. You know how it is. So I bought this from the parts store, and I intend for it to go on like right here. It seems it is the perfect size to slide into here if I loosen it. The only issue is I forgot that I need more hose like this. It won't prevent me from threading this in though. So I'll go ahead and do that. Okay. Certainly gonna have to go wider. Don't want these shards going into the turbine. Okay. Need a couple of wrenches. What size? I'm gonna guess 12 and a 15. 15's not big enough. Instead of hunting, I'll use the adjustable one. That'll work fine, and this seems to in fact be 12. Don't want those particles going in the inlet. Alright. Okay. All I need is a way to extend this hose, find a hose that's just longer, or go buy a hose that is, in fact, longer. And then I'll be able to check the last thing off my board. Unfortunately, I think I'm just gonna have to live with the rest. Alright, I know it's not the most ideal to have a lock nut on the inside where if it ever came loose it would inevitably fly into the turbine and potentially cause really big issues. It's kind of an extreme scenario, and I'll further refine this. I'll make sure it's really secure. I don't expect there to be excessive vibration here. The suction should now work sufficiently. Alright, so harness install. I do have a harness I can install, but it's a 4-point harness, and I would like to install a 5-point harness. So I'm waiting for that to come in. I did successfully install the harness bar, and it's pretty solid on there. So I can't quite check it off the board because it's only half done. I need the 5-point harness to be able to install it and say I did the harness install, but it's about half complete. How about this? I meant to do that with blue. Let's go over it. Half complete. And plugging the spoiler holes. That wasn't very high on my priority list anyway. I sort of just threw it on here in case I could figure it out, kind of like the hood louvers. So you know what? I am going to go like that. Who cares? I'll figure it out later. It'd be nice to be able to go like that on the harness install, but again, I do need to get the actual harness. We are in phenomenal shape compared to the beginning of the week, and I am ready to take this thing back out on the road and see what it can do. Alternator belt, it was squealing a little bit. Now after running it for a bit, and I've heat cycled the car a couple times over the past couple of days, it's squealing constantly. It's insufferable. It sucks. I already looked down under. It seems it's still in the position that it's supposed to be. That bolt has not backed out again. However, maybe the tension of the arm needs to be tighter, or maybe also the belt to the alternator needs to be tighter. I don't know if I can pull off getting on a belt tighter than the one that's currently on there. Well, I mean, if I have to, I have to. That's the next mystery to solve, I suppose. Otherwise, it seems it's kind of all systems go. All that being said, I just want to get all this little stuff out of the way. I don't want to be worried about leaks or overheating or whatever while I'm testing the car, and I would really like to test the car at a test and tune event next weekend, so hopefully I can finish getting all this squared away. I was talking to Dark Knight DSM, and he did something like this for his spoiler holes. From the looks of that one, this will work fine. How about that? I imagine painted over, these will look rather fine. I know an option is to weld it or something, but hey, if it works, right? So I've got to clean it up, but I've got the 5-point harness, well, 4 out of the 5 points on the harness installed. I'm not 100% about the way I have it set up. I think it's all right. The middle, I don't know what to hook it to. And maybe the solution is to drill into the floor and put one of those loops that it came attached to through the ground. If so, I'll figure it out, but the harness, that's pretty much set. I'll do the passenger side later. And then, as I mentioned before, again, thanks to Dark Knight DSM, I can now restore and check that one off the board. How's that? Oh, and harness install. Got the driver's seat one. That's the important one in order to drive it safely. Got smoke coming from the exhaust. What about under the hood? Bit of excessive smoke for sure. Doesn't appear to be anything super dangerous. I guess that's that head oil drip that's still not fully sealed. See some wet spots around here. I'm gonna figure this out. I really am. I am prepping to go to the drag strip this weekend. But before we do that, I would really like to make sure that the timing is in line for my wastegate pressure at least. Chances are I'll get max 3 runs at the strip, which means I need to optimize how I use my time. So I'm gonna see if we can dial in the timing here and now before taking it to the track. Also, since I've got my sequential injection tune running seemingly pretty efficiently now, I think we're gonna do individual cylinder trims, which means I can optimize the timing on every cylinder. Could definitely be worse. Alright, all there is left is for this thing to hold together, doing about a 15-pound pull, wide open throttle. Just to make sure I'm prepared in case we have any incidents on the road. Looks like I'm not going anywhere until I tighten that alternator down a bit more.